Good morning, dear students. Previous class we discussed about the different categories of laxative drugs and their one set of actions. Now we go to the details about the different classes of laxatives. First category is bulk forming agents. These bulk forming categories of laxatives are natural or semi-synthetic hydrophilic colloidal derivatives of cellulose. This main action is increase the volume of stools by absorbing water. So this results the softening of feces. This the main action is increasing the volume of stools and is absorbing the water content. So this bulk forming categories of agents are effective in case of mild situations and is also useful in elderly patients, pregnant women. These bulk forming agents are safer drugs and this one set of actions occurs in 12 to 24 hours after oral intake. These are the some usually used brands: Methambutol, Benefiber, Fibersure. These are the most commonly available brands and used bulk forming agents. If we adding this fiber to our diet is safe and natural way for treating constipation and symptoms of IBS, diarrhea. This adequate water intake should be stressed if with all bulk laxatives, and all these categories of bulk agents needs 1 to 3 days to act, and all this causes the allergic reactions. And this bulk laxatives categories usually interfere with the absorptions of other drugs. So this also showing the drug interactions. Isofella has this bulk forming agent is available as powder form, but this should not be swallowed as dry powder. This usually mixed with water or milk. This helpful to avoid the esophageal impaction. Methyl cellulose is another example of bulk forming agents, agar, and all these bulk agents are usually mixed with water or milk. This helpful to avoid the esophageal impactions. This dry powder is difficult to swallow and this causes the esophageal impaction. So this bulk forming agents, all these mixed or dissolved with the water or milk before administration. Okay. Bulk laxatives should be avoided in the case of adhesions in gut. This is mainly useful in case of the preventive phase in functional constipations. This adequate intake of this dietary fiber is the best measure to prevent functional constipation. And in case of irritable bowel syndrome and in diarrhea, this helps to forming solid stools. When this straining at stool is to be avoided, as in case of hemorrhoids, fissuries, MI, this is also useful one. Next category is osmotic laxatives. These categories are usually solutes and these are not absorbed in intestine. This usually retain water osmotically in bowel lumen, and this also indirectly increase the intestinal peristalsis. So these agents should be administered with plenty of water. Examples are milk of magnesia, but limitation for the use of these groups of laxatives mainly frequent diarrhea, multiple electrolyte abnormalities, and these should be administered with sufficient water to prevent dehydrations. This milk of magnesia is not used commonly, very often. In osmotic laxative categories, this lactulose is the most commonly used one. And this administration of sodium salts containing laxative should be avoided in patients of cardiac, renal and hepatic failure. Lactulose, this is semi-synthetic disaccharides of fructose and lactose, is the most commonly used osmotic laxatives. This drug is not digested or absorbed in small intestine. So this thereby withdrawing water into bowel lumen. When this administered, this break down into colon to form more osmotically active product, and this the only laxative. This causes the reduction of ammonia in hepatic coma. So usually in the if is lactulose is administered as higher dose is used in case of hepatic coma. Hepatic coma, this the due to the failure of liver, thus the detoxification of ammonia produced by bacteria does not occur. That means is the conversion of ammonia to urea does not occur, and this leads to the accumulation of ammonia and causes ammonical encephalopathy. So if this lactulose is administered, this converted into lactic and acetic acid. So this help to decrease the pH. So this produce the acidic environment that prevent the multiplication of bacteria, and this reduce the or inhibit the synthesis of ammonia. Due to this acidic pH in gut, ammonia is converted into polar ammonium ion, which is removed from gut. So this lactulose is useful in hepatic coma to prevent the ammonical encephalopathy. Major disadvantage is the dose required is higher, is 20 to 30 mg TDS. Lactulose is very safe to use long time, but it takes 1 to 2 days to work. Glycerin suppositories have shows the quicker actions is usually 30 to 60 minutes, but they are less effective when the stools are hard or dry. Lactulose is useful for this constipation due to drugs. Some of these opioid categories of drugs like this morphine, codeine, all these shows that precipitates the constipation. So in that situation, this lactulose is useful for controlling constipation. And this lactulose is also useful in case of elderly patients and idiopathic chronic constipation. These are the some notable side effects are abdominal distension, cramps, flatulency. In high dose administrations causes the electrolyte imbalance. Next category is stool softener category. This stool softener category shows the anionic detergent like action. Due to this the anionic detergent like actions, this shows the good action, and this soften the stools by the water accumulation in the intestinal lumen, and this emulsifies the colon contents. These are the main indications in obstructive, habitual, geriatric, pediatric constipations, or when straining is to be avoided, mostly in recent MI, severe hypertension, post-operative cases, abdominal hernia, hemorrhoids, bedridden patients. These are the main indications. Side effects are nausea, cramps, and abdominal pain. Docoside is a good stool softener. This is mainly useful in case of anorectal conditions like hemorrhoids, anal fissures. This helps to avoid straining during bowel movement. This is usually administered orally. This shows that usually this seen effects in 1 to 3 days after the first dose. This also administered rectally. When this rectally administered, this bowel movement usually occurs within 5 to 20 minutes. So this administered as both orally or rectally, and is also used as emulsifiers, dispersant in topical preparations. This oral docosides administration should be drink plenty of water to irrigate the bowel. So when this administered with plenty of water, this help to increase the intestinal motility and is helpful for controlling constipation. Liquid paraffin is a petroleum hydrocarbon, and this one is an inert viscous liquid and is a facial softener. This paraffin lubricates the passage of feces and is indicated in postoperative constipation. Liquid paraffin emulsions is used as an emollient purgative. This emollient, that means soothing action. This is helpful in case of chronic constipations, pregnancy, old age, anorectal problems, MI. These are the notable adverse reactions of liquid paraffin aspiration. Liquid ammonia. Usually this liquid ammonia, this results from the accumulation of lipids in the lungs, and this mainly based on the sources of lipids. This exogenous lipid pneumonia is caused by the inhalation or aspirations of these mineral oils or vegetables or animal fats. So this inhalation of these mineral oils, this causes the exogenous lipid pneumonia. Other adverse effects are perineal pruritus, healing in perineal regions may be delayed, unpleasant stays is also interfere the absorptions of certain fat-soluble vitamins. So this long-term administrations of this drug is not recommended. Stimulant laxatives, these categories of drugs are showing their laxative action by increasing the motility of colon. This usually inhibiting the sodium potassium ATPase in mucosal cell. So this leading to water and electrolyte accumulation in lumen. And these small doses are administered for shorter period. This help to avoid the drug abuse or misuse. Prolonged use usually affects the fluid and electrolyte imbalance, colonic atony, and protein losing enteropathy. Long-term uses of stimulant laxatives, this leads to hypokalemia, mainly contraindicated in pregnancy, intestinal obstructions, so is avoided in pregnancy, children. Onset of action usually showing 6 to 12 hours after oral administration. When it is administered as suppository, this shows the quicker onset of action, half to 1 hour. Bisocordial is the most commonly used stimulant laxative. Dualclos is the most common used brand. When this administered orally or suppository, this produces the increased peristalsis because of their direct action on the mucosa of colon. So this usually resulting in soft and formed stools. This groups usually produces rhythmic muscle contractions in the intestine and may be recommended if osmotic laxatives fails or are not tolerated. Usually this administered bedtime. This work within 8 to 12 hours. Main indications in all forms of constipations, example in bedridden patients, digestive disorders, painful conditions like hemorrhoids, pre and post-operatively, preparations of barium enema, and this most commonly used brand is Dualclos. This administered as orally as suppository. Sodium picosulfate, usually this drug when this reaches the colon is converted to active compound, and this active compound, that is bis-5-deoxydiphenyl pyridine methane. This stimulate the propylation activity of colon, and this help to prevent the absorptions of water in the colonic lumen, and this promotes the accumulation of water. This is the main role of sodium picosulfate. This active form is actually stimulate the propylation activities of colon. Oral administration of sodium picosulfate is not absorbed. Prolonged use or overdosage can precipitate the onset of atonic colon and hypokalemia. It is indicated in constipations in cardiovascular disease, hernia, anorectal disorders, elderly, postoperatively, bowel clearance before radiography, endoscopy, labor or surgery. Main contraindications in case of intestinal obstruction, undiagnosed abdominal symptoms. This Cremlax is the most used brand of this category. Senna leaves are the anthraquinone laxatives. This also after the oral intake, this also forms the active form, and this active form, so this liberates the anthrones, and so this increase the peristalsis. This also inhibit the salt and water absorptions in the colon. Main indications in radiological examinations and atonic constipation. Adverse effects are vomiting, nausea, fixed drug reactions, and skin rashes. Mainly contraindicated in spastic constipations, electrolyte imbalance, intestinal obstructions, and lactation. Castor oil, this is a very oldest purgative. Main source of this drug is seeds of Ricinus communicea. This main action is decrease the intestinal absorption of water and electrolyte. This also shows the detergent-like actions on mucosa. But this regular use may affect the or damage the intestinal mucosa. Castor oil emulsions are also available. These act as the irritant catalytic, causes watery evacuation of stools in 1 to 3 hours. This objectable taste of oil can be masked if this emulsion is formed. This may be useful in chronic constipations or prior to radiological examinations of gut. These are the special considerations in the elderly patients is the fluid intake, dietary fiber administrations, exercise to patient's capacity, and drug review is essential to rule out drug-induced constipations. Okay, thank you.